ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। चैतन्यं सर्वगं सर्वं सर्वभूतगुहाशयं यत्सर्वविषयातीतं तस्मै सर्वविदे नमः। Now we are starting a new chapter, chapter number 13, Achakshustva Prakaranam. The Tikakara, continuing the thread of the discussion of the previous chapter, Tadevam Padartha Tattva Paricaya Abhavar Vakyartha Apratipattihi Janasyeti. So from the discussion there was whether Tattvamasi Vakya is simply a statement of truth or is it a vidhi that enjoin an action called Parisankhyanam or repeating this Tattvamasi Mahavaham Brahmasmi for the knowledge to take place. Meaning that does aparoksha jnanam take place simply by the statement Tattvamasi in a student who is prepared? Or even for that student also, for this to take place, aparoksha jnanam, he needs to repeat Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. Those who believe that, they interpret the statement Tattvamasi as a vidhi vakya, as a statement enjoining some action of prasankhyanam or repeating. So that was in the background of the discussion in last chapter. And it was all said, there is no kartrutva, no bhoktrutva, etc., etc. Kartrutvam, karakapeksham, akartrutvam, svabhatah. So kartrutva in Atma. So karma is possible when there is kartrutva. In Atma there is no kartrutva, therefore there cannot be karma, and therefore aniyojyoham. So niyojyoham yadi yesha satya buddhi katham bhavet. Evam shastranumanabhyam swarupe avagate sari. By Shastra, that is Tattvamasi. Anumanam, whether kartrutva, bhoktrutva is svabhav of the Atma. When you take both of them into account, how can it be that I feel niyojya, that I feel commanded by the Shruti? Because in self-knowledge there is no identification at all. There is no notion of individuality. no notion of I that separates it from others. There is no individual entity remains who can be commanded to do something. So Brahmavida Niyojatwadi Buddhi Naiva Bhavati. See, Brahmavida doesn't feel that, Brahmavid doesn't feel that a given command is given to me. There is no such entity as me, and therefore, even if this is a command, he cannot respond to that. Atra nirvikarattvadikam hetum vadan. So, nirvikaratva is hetu. So, this is how the earlier chapter was concluded. And so, again reiterating, stating that tadevam padartha tattva parichaya abhavadeva. Padartha is the meaning of the pada of the words tattvamasi. Padartha tattva parichaya abhavadeva. When parichaya, knowledge of the padartha tattva, what is sought to be conveyed by his words tat and tvam, when that doesn't take place, the knowledge of the intended meaning does not take place. Vakyartha apratipatti. So when the meaning of the word tat and tvam and asi are not recognized, then apratipatti, there is absence of knowledge of vakyartha tattvamasi, mahavakya. Janasya. So what is required is parichaya, knowledge. It is absence of knowledge of the words which are involved in the statement. Knowledge of the words tat, tvam, asi is what deprives one of the knowledge of the mahavakya tattvam asi. And not that otherwise that mahavakya cannot, the knowledge cannot be gained. Tat parichaya matradev vakyat vakyartha yathatma yathatma avabhasa sambhave. Tat parichaya matradev. When the investigation into the meaning of the words tat, tvam, asi, by that parichaya, by that knowledge alone, the meaning of the mahavakya, the knowledge of mahavakya takes place. Tattvamasi, you know what tat is, what tvam is, then you know what asi is. Vakyartha yathatma avasambhave. Avasa is simply knowledge. So when the knowledge of the vakyartha or the meaning of the mahavakya is sambhave, when this is possible, prasankhyanadi vidhi anarthakah anupannasya yuktam. So this vidhi or enjoining, that you should do something for the knowledge to take place. When knowledge has already taken place by understanding the meaning of the words of the Vakya, when the Vakya is revealed or when has seen the meaning of the Vakya, nothing remains to be done, therefore Vidhi has no scope. Anarthaka. Even if you interpret this statement of Vidhi, it serves no purpose because nobody will respond to that Vidhi. Anupannascha, and it is not tenable. Not logical because Atma is nirvikara, akarta, bhokta, and therefore there cannot be any action on the part of the Atma. Therefore, even if this is a statement of Vidhi, it doesn't serve any purpose because there is nobody to respond to that Vidhi. Ityuktam. So this was what was stated in the previous chapter. Idanim. Now what are we going to do? So this is the anuvritti, anuvada, what has been stated, reiterating what was said, vrittanuvada. Idanim now, talking about this chapter, पूर्व प्रकरणान्ते निर्विकारो चल शुद्ध है that I am nirvikara, achara, shuddha. Therefore I cannot be niyojya, aniyojyoham. How can niyojya, that I am commanded, how can that vritti arise? So reason was that there cannot be action and therefore this statement cannot be vidhi because Atma is nirvikara, achala, shuddha. Nirvikara, changeless. Achala, motionless. Shuddha, ever pure. Idya duktam. So this was the reason given. This is the nature of Atma, because of which Atma cannot be niyojya, cannot be commanded. No, there is need to command. Idya duktam Atmana shuddhatvam achalatvam cha. In conclusion, the Atma was described as Shuddha, ever pure, Achara, immobile, immovable, meaning changeless, motionless. Thus, Futi Kartam, to clarify the Shuddhatvam, Acharatvam, Prakranantaram Prastavati, another Prakranam is now here proposed, Achakshustvaditi. So the first verse begins with achakshustvat. So the verse says achakshustvan drishtirme tatha shrotrasya ka shrutihi avaktvan naduvakti syad amanastvan matih kutah. The simple verse is achakshustvat, because I am devoid of chakshu, therefore there is no drishti, there is no sight or seeing. Ashrutas, I am devoid of shrutra, the organ of hearing, therefore there is no shruti, there is no hearing. Avaktvat, since I am devoid of speech, organ of speech, therefore na bhakti, there is no speaking. Amanastvat matih kutaha, when I am devoid of the mind, how can there be thinking? Achakshustvat name drishti. There is no drishti, seeing on my part on account of the fact that I am devoid of chakshu. The organ of seeing is not there. How can seeing be there? So Tika says drishya shabdena chakshur indriya dvaraka buddhi vrittir bahi prasuta rupadi vishoparanjita janami kriyatmika uchyate. So whole process of what is called drishti or seeing is described. Chakshu indriya dvaraka. Through dvara or gate we have the chakshu indriya, the organ of perception in the eyes. Buddhi vritti bahi prasrita. The thought of the mind, then it travels outside. Mind is inside, within the body. But through the gate with an organ such as the chakshu or the eyes, the mind in fact reaches out. Rupadi vishoparanjita, and the mind takes the form of an object such as, in this case, the color of the form. Janami, and then this the cognition takes place, I see. So janami kriyatmika. So by the word drishti, it is seeing which involves the kriya or action of seeing. Which action of seeing takes place when there is a thought of the form of the object of that is seen, which happens when the mind assumes the form of that object, which happens when the mind reaches out to the organ of perception, namely eyes. Sa drishti. So this is called drishti, seeing. Name asti. I don't have drishti, I don't see. Mad vikartaya, mad dharmavata, sanabhavat. If I become a seer, when can I see? When I can become a seer? Then mad vikarataya, mad dharma bhuta. Some vikara or modification should take place in me for me to see. For me to, I see a ghata, pata, etc., I should become a seer. So vikara also a corresponding. Vikara takes place in me also when this seeing takes place. Mad vikartaya, mad dharma bhuta, then I become a seer. I became qualified by, because my dharma, I become qualified by the act of seeing, then I become a seer. Sana bhavati. Because I am devoid of the organ of seeing, therefore all this process of seeing doesn't take place, so I no more become a seer. Tatra hetuhu. What's the reason why there is no seeing in you? Chakshustva. So that is the hetu, fifth case. Because I am devoid of chakshu. Chakshuri deha deshashitam bhautikam karanam. How do you say that you don't have chakshu? You are a chakshu. How do you say that? But where is chakshu located? What is it that possesses chakshu? Chakshuri dehashitam bhautikam karanam. Chakshur eyes is bhautikam karanam. Is a karanam or instrument or organ, bhautikam, which is product of bhuta or mahabhutas, panchamahabhuta. In this instance, the sattva amsha of the element fire. Dehashitam. This organ chakshu has its ashraya locus or golaka in the body. So chakshu or drishti is in body. Chakshu itself is a bhautikam or a material entity, and located in the body also, which is material. Namadashram. Chakshu is not located in I or me or the Atma, is located in the body. Iti anvaya vyatirikabhyam. When I am there, chakshu is there. When chakshu is there, I am there. Chakshu is not there, then also I am there. In the deep sleep, for example, the chakshu is not there, then also I am. Waking, the chakshu is there, I am. So it is very clear that I am independent of chakshu. And therefore, chakshu is not located in me. Had it been located in me, then are we seeing in deep sleep also? If chakshu was located in Atma or was the dharma of the Atma, then seeing would take place even in deep sleep state, which doesn't. Iti anvaya vyatirikabhyam. By the coexistence of the Atma and chakshu and non-coexistence. It is very clear that chakshu is not the nature of Atma, not associated with Atma, not connected with Atma. Iti na hetu asiddhi shanka. Hetu is achakshustvat. Somebody says, how can you say Atma is not possessed of chakshu? So by Anvaya Vyatirika, it is established that chakshu is located in the body and not in Atma. When body is there, chakshu is there. Body is not there, chakshu is not there also. That also is Anvaya Vyatirika. Achakshustva न दृष्टिर में तथा अश्रोत्रस्य का एवं काश्व इत्यादि योज्यम विधर्म श्रुति वाक् मनः same yojana must be there. In same way it should be understood that how kashruti, how can there be hearing for me when I am devoid of shrotram? How can there be speaking for me when I am devoid of the organ of speech? How can there be thinking when I am devoid of the organ of thinking? इति योज्यम्। तथा च तत्त इंद्रियद्वारक बुद्धिवृत्ति रूप दृष्टादि क्रियाहीनत्वात्। So Tikakara said that Kriyatmika, Janami is Kriyatmika. I see, that's the Kriya. I hear, I think, I speak. Tatta Indriya Dvaraka Buddhivritti Rupa Drishyadi. And so Drishyadi Kriya, the act of seeing, that takes place when the Buddhi takes the form of the object of seeing, which happens when the mind reaches out through the corresponding organ. Tatta Indriya Dvaraka, through the gate of a given Indriya. Buddhi Vritti Rupa, Buddhi Vritti takes place of the object, nature of the object. Drishtya, the Kriya, then the Kriya, I see, takes place. So Hinatva, all of these cannot be in I. Siddham Atmana Achara. So even when I say I see, in fact, doesn't make sense for me to say that I see. That is the whole idea here. The reason why there is a need to deny in seeing and hearing and speaking and thinking in Atma. Because that's what I think. I think that I see, I think that I hear, I think that I speak, I think that I know, I think. Therefore, addressing those conclusions about myself on my part, each of which conclusions, as you say, creates in me a sense of a doer, individuality, a changing entity, therefore a perishable entity, a bound dependent entity, a limited entity. These conclusions on my part, that I see, I hear, I speak, I think, are very important because they represent as a bondage. They represent kartrutvam, modification, separatedness, isolation. All of this involve limitation. Then hurt and guilt and whatever goes with an action. That's all samsara. Therefore, the reason why it is denied and established to establish Atma is nirvikara. Siddhat achalatvam, suddhatvam. Achalatvam is actionless, suddhatvam is pure. But then only I can be happy and then only I can be liberated. Therefore, siddham, Atma achalatvam, Suddhatvam Chidibhava, that is how the Achalatvam, Suddhatvam of the Atma is Siddham. Kartrutva, Jnatrutva, Vikara Hetu, Pranabuddhyo, Abhavadapi. So here the Abhava, the absence of the organs of perception mainly was stated in Atma. Now the absence of organ of action, kartrutva, jnatrutva, vikara hetu. What brings about the vikara, karta, which prana that brings about, that's where all the action is. What brings about this notion, I am a knower, that's the buddhi, that's where the knowing is. So vikara hetu, prana buddhyo, abhavadapi. Absence of those which bring about this notion that I am a seer or I am a doer, I am an agent of action, etc., is the identification with the prana and the buddhi. Somewhere karma is there, somewhere knowing is there, but not where I think it is. So in Atma, the prana buddhyo abhadapi. Aprano hyamanaha shuddha. Because there is absence of the prana and the buddhi in the Atma. Tasmadavi shuddha. So not only there is no kartrutva in me arising out of the action of the sense organ of perception, But because of the action of prana and buddhi in me, therefore also Shuddhoham Shuddha iti. The next verse is Apranasya na karmaste buddhya bhavena vedita vidya vidye tato nastaha chinmatra jyotisho mama. Apranasana karma asti. Apranaham, I am devoid of prana. There, karma is in prana. If prana was in me, or if I was in any way connected with prana, then in either karma would have been me, or I would have been connected with karma. But then, apranasana karma asti buddhya bhavena vedita. But I am devoid of buddhi, therefore vedita, nor also I am not. Vidya vidya tato nastaha, therefore vidya vidya avidya, therefore the knowledge and ignorance also are not in me, because they are both in buddhi. Chinmatra jyotisho mama. Why is so? Because chinmatra jyotisho, I am chinmatra jyoti aham, I am purely the light of consciousness, that's what I am. So tikasas chinmatra jyotisha Sada prakashaman chideka rasasya chinmatra jyotisha. Ahankara also is chit jyoti, but not chinmatra jyoti. Achit also is involved in ahankara. It is in chinmatra. Purely homogeneous consciousness I am. The light of consciousness, the homogeneous or pure light of consciousness that I am. Sada prakashaman chideka rasasya. One who is ekarasa, homogeneous consciousness, ever shining, ever revealing itself. Vidya, how can there be ignorance, even knowledge also? Jnana tadabhav Jnana kriyava nastaha. The knowing also is not in me, and therefore not knowing also is not in me. Or knowledge and act of knowing also are not in jnana kriya. Nastaha. Tayovapi buddhi avastha visheshatvat. So knowledge also is a state of the buddhi, and ignorance also is a state of buddhi, and knowing also is the state of buddhi. Atmasya buddhi bhavat. Atma is devoid of buddhi, therefore siddha shuddhata. Atmana chinmatra jyotisha siddha shuddhata. That I am ever pure is established here. For this, if you see the very first verse, Achakshustva, there is a footnote there, 1. It says Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 3.8.8, which is Arasam, Agandham, Achakshushkam, Ashrotram, Avag, Amanah, Asthulam, Asukshmam, Ananu. So, continuing in that statement, there is Arasam, Agandham, Achakshushkam, Ashrotram, Avak, Amanah. So this is what is restated here. What is stated in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad is what is restated here. Continuing with the next verse. Ukta dharmajatasya atmani abhavena. Dharmajatam, this group of attributes. Ukta dharmajatasya atmani abhavena. Because all of this, so drishti, shruti, vak, vakti, mati. So also, na veditram, Vidya, Vidya, all of these dharmas are absent in Atma. Ukta dharmajatasya atmani abhavena. Since this vaktrutvam, shrotrutvam, or drashtutvam, mantrutvam, jnatrutvam, none of this is there in Atma. Shuddhyadi siddhau, therefore acharatvam, shuddhatvam is established. But there also ashariratvam eva hetuhu. In all of these, primary hetu is ashariratvam, bodiless I am. Iti abhipretya, with that in mind, chinmatra jyotiswarupam visheshane vishadayati. Chinmatra jyotisha, I am chinmatra jyotiham. That's the swarupa. Visheshane vishadayati. That I am nature of pure consciousness is clarified further with other visheshanas or other lakshanas, other attributes of the Atma, nitya muktasya. So, chinmatra jyotihi aham, and then that follows nitya muktoham, etc. Nitya muktasya shuddhasya कूटस्थस्य विचालिनः अमृतस्य अक्षरस्यैवम् अशरीरस्य सर्वदा. So asharirasya sarvada, the last two words, is the reason for what else is stated. Sarvada sharirasya, I am ever devoid of shariram, even when I seem to assume a body, then also ashariroham. Ashariram, sharireshu, etc. the Upanishad says. Therefore, nitya muktasya, ever free, shuddhasya, ever pure, kutasthasya, changeless, avishalinaha, motionless, amrutasya, deathless, immortal, aksharasya, changeless. Sharam also is decay, so devoid of any decay. I am like it because asharirasya, because I am a sharira, therefore I am all of this. When body is there, and then of course mortality is there, ashuddhi is there, change is there, vikara is there. And then mortality is there, etc. Vidya vidya nastari puran. That means you add there asharirasya sarvada vidya vidya nastaha. For I who is asharira, there is no vidya and avidya. So what was said in the previous verse should be understood as applicable here also. Vidya Vedya Nastari Purvena Anvaya. So therefore this order, prose order, Vidya from the previous verse should be also connected here, those words. Nitya Muktasya Shuddhasya. So Tika says Shuddhatvat Nitya Muktatvam. I am ever free because I am pure. Kutasthasya Avisharinaha Avichalitvat Kutasthatvam. Because I am motionless, movementless, therefore I am changeless. Aksharatvat Amrutatvam. Because I devoid of any decay, therefore I am immortal. Iti Visheshanam Yojana. So a given Visheshana or attribute gives the explanation for the other attribute. Why Nitya Mukta? Shuddhatvat Nitya Mukta Vichalitvat Kutastha Aksharat. So Naksharatvat Akshinatvat Amrutah. But why am I Shuddha? Why am I Avichali? Why am I Akshara? So, Trishvapi hetu asharirasya. So, asharitattva shuddhatvam, shuddhatva nityamuktatvam. Ashariratva vichalitvam, vichalitvat kutastatvam. Ashariratvat aksharatvam, aksharatvat amrutatvam. This is how the reason is given. Nahi sharira sambandha mantarena atmana ashuddhi chalana chalana ksharanani nirupana patham avataranti. Nahi sharira sambandha mantarena, without the association or the connection with the body. Sambandha, either I am the body or body is mine. So without any relation with the body, Atmana Ashuddhi, Ashuddhi is in the body. If in some way I am connected to the body, then Ashuddhi can come to me also. Charanam, movement also is in the body. Ksharanam, decay also is in body. So had I been the body, or had I been anyway connected to the body, then this thing may find their entry into me. Na nirupanapatham avataranti. Nahi. Therefore it is not possible for these to exist in me when I have no association with the body. Ataha sarvada eva ashariratvat sarvada shuddha ityadi yojyam. So sarvada ashariratvat. At all times and therefore in all conditions, all places, I am a sharira. Therefore, sarvada shuddha, sarvada kutastha, nitya mukta, etc., etc. They also apply sarvada everywhere. They're very simple things anyway, no big deal about it, but whatever. Atmana shadurmi sambandha bhavavi siddha shuddhata starts always very simple way and slowly then it will become more and more, so more and more challenging, let's put it this way. Atmana shadurmi sambandha bhavat. So what are the shadurmi? The verse says there, pranasya kshut pipase dve manasa shoka mohakau jara mrityu sharirasya shadurmi rahita shivaha. Urmi means the waves. The samsara sagara, these waves are there. So, pranasya kshut pipase urmi. The kshut, hunger and thirst, are the urmi or the waves of prana. Manasaha shoka mohakau. And shoka and moha belong to mind. Jara mrityu sharirasya, jara mrityu belong to sharira. So these are 6 urmaya. Shadurmi rahita shivaha. Shivaha, the Paramatma, is shadurmi rahita, divided of the 6 urmi. That's what is said here. So next verse says, so shadurmi sambandha abhadavi siddha shuddhata. So shuddhata, the purity of Atma, is established because of the lack of any connection with the 6 urmis. Jigatsayati. Jigatsava pipasava shokamoho jaramriti na vidyante shariratvat vyomavad vyapino mama. Jigatsa, vipasa, says tika khatidamicha jigatsa. The desire to eat, there is hunger. Jigatsa means hunger. Patamicha vipasa, desire to drink means thirst. Pipasa means thirst. Shokamoho, jaramruti, grief and delusion, old age and death, prasiddham. In case these 2 words could be new, jigasa, etc. So that's why the Tikaka gives an explanation. Anyat prasiddham. Janma Mrityu and then Shoka Moha are well known. All of these do not exist in why? Ashariratva. Because I am devoid of body. How come I am not confined to the body? I am not within the body, not possessed of the body, not confined to the body, because I am all pervasive like space. So space cannot be confined to a part, etc. Similarly, I cannot be confined to the body. So ashariratvad upalakshanam, that also should include apranatvat, amanastvat chayati, ashariratvat, na jaramruti, apranatvat, na jigatsa, na vipasa, amanastvat, na shokamoho. Iti. So this vakya is quoted here, and apparently the Tippanikara could not find the reference, but here Mataji has found Devi Bhagavatam 5, 4, 41, 42. Pranasa Kshapipase me. Those days Google may not be there, with them, and now these days we may have it, so. Continue Idanim. अनुक्त सकलेन्द्रिय वृत्ति प्रतिषेधोपलक्षणतया स्पर्श रसन संबंधम प्रतिषिध्य आविर्भाव तिरोभावहीनतया विशुद्ध चिद्रूपत्वं उक्तम् उपसंहरति. Concludes now. What was begun with? Vishuddha Chidrupatvam. Vishuddha Chidrupoham. So, Chinmatra Jyotisho Mama. That I am Chinmatra Jyotihi or Vishuddha Chit Swarupaham. So, the introduction began by stating that Chinmatra Jyotiraham Vishuddha Chit Swarupaham, and that discussion is concluded now in the next verse, 5th verse. Why? Ida Anukta Sakarendriya Vritti Pradisheda. So, some of these Indriya association, connection, possession has been denied or negated. Anukta, there are so many organs of perception, action in the mind, therefore what is not specifically mentioned, Anukta Sakalendriya Pravritti Pratishal Upalakshanataya. So next verse also negates a couple of activities of the organs of perception, etc. By then, whatever has not been specifically stated, rest of the organs of perception, organs of action, mind, prana, all of these should be understood as indicated in Atma. So that's the Upalakshana. And so it is implied here that others are also are absent in Atma. Sparsha, rasana sambandham, pratishidya. So next verse clearly only negates the association of Atma with sparshana and rasanam, touch and taste. But this should include all the other sense organs or all the organs which are now not stated. Avirbhava, Tirobhavahinadaya. I am devoid of Avirbhava, Tirobhava, birth and death or appearance and disappearance. The Vishuddha Chidrupatvam Uktam. Therefore, also I am Vishuddha Chidrupoham because Avirbhava Tirobhava Rahitoham. Idupam Samarthi Asparshatva. So next verse is Asparshatva Anname Sprushtihi Najikhatva Dasajnata Nitya Vijnana Rupasya ज्ञानाज्ञानेन मे सदा. Asparshatvad na me sprushti. Because I am devoid of the organ of touch, therefore there is no act of touching in me. Ajihvatvad narasajnada. Similarly also, because I am devoid of the organ of taste, therefore there is no taste in me, no tasting in me. Nitya vijnana rupasya. Who am I? Nitya vijnana rupaham. Or chinmata jyotishoham, of the nature of vijnanam, consciousness or light of knowledge. Jnana jnanena me sada. Therefore jnanam and ajnanam both are not in me. Sparshendrihitatvad. Also avirbhavat tirobhavhinataya. No manifestation. So avirbhava, tirobhava belongs to all these organs. That they all become tirobhuta in the deep sleep, disappear. And they all appear again when you dream or waking. So this is not there in me. Therefore, Vishuddha Chidrupatvam, Vishuddha Chidrupoham. Atmana dushtyadanasi uktyartha upattimah, further upatti. See, ashariratvat, so there, but still, here yukti is given for absence of dushti etc. in Atma. So says the next verse, Yatusyan manasi vrittihi Chakshushka ruparanjana Nityameva atmano drishtya Nityaya drishyate hi sa. Yatusyan manasi vritti chakshushka ruparanjana. Same thing. What is called drishti, what is called seeing, is a manasi vritti, is a thought of the mind called vritti. Chashushka ruparanjana. The vritti of the thought created in the mind on account of the activity of chakshu. So when the mind emerges out through chakshu, indriya and ruparanjana, assumes the form of a rupa, becomes, takes the form of a color or form, that vritti is called chakshushka vritti, which is manasi vritti, which is the state of the mind. Nasyat. So na drushti is explained here, Name drushti ya chakshushtvāt, that there is no chakshu, there is no drushti. Alright, so earlier it was said that I do not have drushti because I am devoid of chakshu. Here it says because I am what I am, therefore there cannot be drushti. Nityam evatmano drishtya nityaya drishyate hi sa. Because even the chakshushi vritti, chakshushka vritti or chakshushi vritti, I am not, because sa drishyate, even that vritti also is illumined. Why nityaya drishtya? So that chakshushi vritti is called drishti. But it's called anitya drishti. Anitya drishti is also seen or illumined by nitya drishti. But atmano drishtya, drishti of the atma, there is nitya or eternal or ever there. By that, this avirbhava tirobhava bhuta, in fact that goes, what was mentioned earlier. The chakshushka vritti appears and disappears. And there is someone or something that knows or illumines that. Now chakshushka vritti is there, now it is not there. Then vritti is subject to avirbhava tirobhava. Who am I? Nityoham me avirbhava tirobhava rahitoham. So I am that drishti. What is Nitya Drishti? Avirbhava Tirobhava Rahita. That's called Nitya. Nitya means that which is devoid of this phenomena of appearance is appearance, which is ever there. नित्यमेव आत्मनो दृष्ट्या नित्या आत्मनो दृष्ट्या नित्यमेव ऐसा दृश्यते. Dृष्टि of the Atma, that is eternal. By that Chakshuski, non-eternal, that vritti is drishyate. Therefore, I am not. This is another reason. Earlier reason was because I am devoid of the organ of eyes. So I am nitya dೃಷ್ಟಿ, therefore I don't have, I am ever pure. So this temporary dೃಷ್ಟಿ is not in me because I am nitya dೃಷ್ಟಿ, with which I see that temporary dೃಷ್ಟಿ also. So Atmano dೃಷ್ಟ್ಯಾದೋ ನ ಸಂದೇಹಿ ಉಕ್ತ್ಯರ್ಥ ಉಪತ್ತಿಮಾಹ. For that this is upatti. Then I am nitya dೃಷ್ಟಿ, nitya drashta, nitya shrotara, etc. etc. So the nature of Atma, ashariratvad was said here, that I am devoid of sharira and all these organs etc. have their being in sharira, therefore they are not in me. But further, not I am sharira, nitya dೃಷ್ಟಿ, nitya chaitanya, I am the chit, now the nature of nitya chaitanya, chit. So nitya jyotishtvad, now the nature of nitya jyoti or ever shining. Therefore, these drishtis are not in me. So, chakshushka vritti, that expression is explained. Chakshushka, chakshudvara janita. So, called chakshushi, it's called chakshushka, chakshudvara janita. The vritti that is born, as we said earlier, because of the passage of the mind through the doorway of the organ of chakshu or the sight. Rupa Ranjana. Ranjana means colored by the Rupa. Means what? Rupa Akara Karita. Rupa is the object. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. And of that, these five objects, Rupa is perceived by the chakshu. So Rupa Ranjana, Rupakara Karita, Shabdakara Karita, Sparshakara Karita, Rupakara Karita, Rasanakara Karita, etc. Rasakara. And so that vritti which has assumed the form of a rupa or a color. Ya to manasya vritti syat, this is state of mind. Syat means syat shava bhavati bhavate. So even though the ya to syat manasi, ya to bhavati manasi vritti, that happens. So here the meter perhaps requires syat instead of bhavati, but then Tikakara says ya to bhavati manasi vritti, that manasi vritti that takes place because of the activity of the mind through the chakshu. Yamida vritti asti sa atmarupaya nitya drishtya चैतन्य प्रकाश लक्षण नित्यमेव दृश्यते प्रकाशते. भवति और अस्ति एवं विद्यावृत्ति अस्ति. This kind of vritti is there. सा आत्मरूपया, that vritti, चाक्षुषी vritti, नित्या और चाक्षुष्का vritti, आत्मरूपया नित्या दृष्टिया चैतन्य प्रकाश लक्षण. By the drishti that Atma is, which is Atma Swarupaya Drishtya. There is a Chakshushi Drishti and there is a Swarupa Drishti. What is Swarupa Drishti? Atma Rupa Drishti, Nitya Drishti. So Atma Rupaya Nitya Drishtya Chaitanya Prakasha Lakshana. Chaitanya Prakasha Lakshanam means which is the characteristic of which Nityameva Drishyate Prakashate. This Chakshushi vritti or Chakshushka vritti is always illumined by the Nitya Drishti of the Atma. There is a Dushyate Hisa, there is he there. He prasiddham anuvasiddham eva eta ityartha. This is something that is well known. It's a matter of paying attention. When you don't pay attention, then I habitually say that I am the drashta. So when drishti, that vritti, chakshushi vritti takes place in the mind, habitually I declare that I am a drashta. But if I pay attention, then I realize that even that vritti also is I'm aware of that. That is also known or eliminated. Therefore, prasiddham anubhava siddham eva is something that is established by anubhava also. Ityartha. Okay, we'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Sanjay Gita Jayanti 6 बजे.